Stanford University.
Thank you, Vice Provost Elam, for the kind introduction, and good afternoon, President Hennessy, Provost Etchemendy, faculty, trustees, and most importantly, our guest of honors, the family and the students of the newest members of the Cardinal family. I have never been to a freshman convocation. 3 years ago, I purposefully had my family leave our home in Stockton, California, only an hour and a half away, late, so that I would miss all the Welcome to Stanford festivities. Don't get me wrong, I was excited for college. This excitement, however, was tempered by a sense of fear and foreboding, as I was worried as to whether there was a place for someone like me at Stanford University. Before I graduated from high school, teachers were already telling me in all the ways I would fail at Stanford. And the long summer gave me way too much time to think about every single way in which I was not Stanford. I was not Stanford because I was born to a teenage mother and an incarcerated father. I was not Stanford because I went to a large failing urban public high school. I was not Stanford because I didn't get a perfect 2400 on my SAT. I was not Stanford because I came from a city in a community that most would consider the hood. In short, I missed my freshman convocation. I missed taking pictures on move-in day. I missed all the Welcome to Stanford festivities because I was certain that Michael Tubbs would not belong at Stanford University. This feeling of not belonging and questioning my place at this university continued throughout new student orientation and until the very first day of class. As I walked through the quad on a beautiful California afternoon, an afternoon quite like this one, and past the Memorial Church, I began to think about the brilliance of my peers and the faculty that was sure to surround me in the classroom, and the feelings of inferiority and insecurity only intensified. Before I walked in the classroom, however, I was met with another thought. I was reminded of the biblical story I had been taught growing up, that as Joshua prepared to lead the children of Israel into the promised land, that God had told him, everywhere your feet tread, I have given to you. And I took solace in that thought, that everywhere that I walked on this campus was mine, that had been given to me to use, to grow, to utilize, by virtue of my admission into Stanford. I internalized that sense of belonging, and those feelings of inferiority were replaced with an appetite to use and utilize all of Stanford's resources. It was this thought, this belief that everywhere I walked on this campus was mine, that explains why I stand before you today, a Stanford senior who has made it his mission to use and utilize all of Stanford's resources. From opportunities such as the Being Overseas program in Cape Town, to faculty like Jim Steyer, Gary Segura, and H. Samuel Leem, to administrators like Dean Julie, Jan Barker Alexander, and Sally Dixon, to community centers, and even to fellow students. It was the same thought, this belief that everywhere on this campus was mine, that led me to apply to the Stanford and Washington program. Additionally, it was the same belief that drove me to strike up a conversation with senior advisor to the president, Valerie Jarrett, after she spoke on campus about the importance of public service. The very same freshman who was afraid to even attend convocation, a year later had the courage, by the virtue of his great experiences at Stanford, to strike up a conversation with this prominent Stanford alum, a conversation that ended with an internship in the White House. So as I stand before you today, I almost laugh at the fact that I was certain that there was no place for someone like me at Stanford University. My 3 years have taught me one thing, that there is no typical Stanford, that part of the greatness of this university lies in the fact that it is urban and rural, that it is rich, poor, and middle class, that it is made of wonderful incoming freshmen, but also wonderful transfer students. My story is not singular, but is one in the course of stories here, of students here that echo this central truth, that everywhere your feet walk on this campus, to the dish, to your dorm, to the library, to the classroom, or to your student group meetings, has been given to you to do what you will with it. Everywhere you walk on this campus is yours. Own it, because you belong here. This institution needs you, your knowledge, your skills, your passions. The opportunities and resources the university provides are for no one else but you. Please use them. The challenges of this next generation, problems like poverty, climate change, the cradle-to-prison pipeline in education, beckon you, incoming freshmen and transfer students, beckon you to answer them with the wonderful resources that Stanford provides. So know this, feelings of inferiority, of not belonging, of not fitting in, those are normal, but they are also false. This is your university. Everywhere your feet walk has been given to you. How will you use them? What will your legacy be? Although I missed my freshman convocation, I am honored and excited to have had a part in yours. Welcome home.
For more, please visit us at stanford.edu.